protocol, we need a timekeeper.
I will.
Alright, good. Facilitate. Okay. Alright. So the standard we're going to do today is RI 1.3. And okay. So explain the relationship or interactions between two or more individuals, events, ideas, or concepts in a historical, scientific, or technical text based on specific information in a text.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I knew I would forget my book.
Okay.
So, if we highlight, taking a look at our standard sheet, okay, what content will students learn or need to know? So our nouns.
Okay, so I went ahead and looked through that yesterday. So I circled relationships, interaction, individuals, events, ideas, concepts, and then historical, scientific, technical text, and then information.
Okay, I just did text, really.
Yeah,
I didn't do
yeah,
text.
it was
Okay.
specific, so
Yeah.
I went ahead and circled those.
Everybody agree?
Yes.
Alright, great. Okay, now, what specifically will the students do in the standard?
And that was, I just found one verb, which was explain.
That's what I did too. Just
And
explain.
then I went to the item specs in the blue book because I wanted to get more of an idea of what exactly they were looking for.
What page are you on?
It's 20,
That's on page 23.
yeah, 23 and 24.
And I thought that was really helpful here, where it talks in the acceptable response mechanisms. I was looking in there, and in the task demands. So selecting
Requires.
words or phrases that demonstrate an interaction or relationship between details. Selecting an explanation of how details interact or relate. And then also, I kind of felt like this was something that we have worked on previously with the cause and effect relationship. So
Okay.
I think that would be good to kind of come back to these ideas. So they're going to have to be determining the details that support an inference and explaining the relationship or interaction between two individuals, events, ideas, or concepts.
And I also had something too. I was looking up some material for the hot text just to get a better feel for what that would look like. And I did find some stuff. I'll give that to you at the end today, so you can see some specific examples of. It was the hot text, but it was in two parts where they could click and drag and view different things.
Okay.
So, alright. Then there was something else Crystal gave to you too. We talked
Yes.
about it would be a great way to
Right.
lend itself to the writing as well.
So Crystal pulled the laughs for this standard. So it has the standard on it, and then it has stems and learning activities that support that standard. So I thought what we could use for homework next week, we always do the reading response.
Right.
So I think for the reading response next week, we'll pick the question stems related to our standard,
I like that.
and then that will be their independent practice at home.
Okay.
So I will type these up into our normal reader's response and give that to Ms. Cagle, so she'll make copies for us
Great.
for next week.
Okay.
And then I thought, looking at Wonders, the section that we're doing is going with our government planner, and it's Unit 2, Week 1, and that's all about creating a nation.
Here, Michael, share with
And
you.
that's like the introduction to our government planner.
Right.
So there were some great questions that I thought, well actually, I like this one the best. It was, how did this historical event change history? So I thought that was something that would be a really good essential question to go with what's already in the book,
Right.
because it goes with our standard and our planner.
Yep.
So I know that the essential question was, what do good problem solvers do, but I thought this
Okay.
would be a good one too.
Yeah,
So we
I
can
think that
focus
one-
in
Yep.
on that.
okay, sounds good.
Alright, to bring it back to, here, quickly, what will the students need to interpret or apply in order to master the standard? So those are all great ideas, and I
Right.
love that discussion.
Well, I got one here, student will use details from text in order to make connections.
Okay.
They need to do that. And they also need to explain relationships between people using specific details or events or whatever else. It said events, people, individuals, events, and ideas.
Then it sounded like you had an essential question, when you were talking
What
about
do
the
good
social.
problem do?
But now, do we wanna go with that one, or do we wanna just completely change it to this one, cause this one is more appropriate with our planner and, our goal? I mean, what do you guys think, or are we gonna just add this as a second?
Can I read it again?
I kind of, yeah, sure. I kind of, when you have the two, I think the kids get a little bit confused and they don't kind of know which one they're supposed to be focusing on. I kind of prefer that one
Yeah.
better.
That's
I
what
just
was
saw it
thinking.
this morning, so I was like, oh, we should really talk about that. So we can change our essential question to this.
Because that matches
Right.
with everything that we wanna
Right.
cover, so,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, good.
I like